Hi guys, it's Megan here. Happy first Friday of Lent, which means we get to abstain from meat. Woo! So all Fridays throughout Lent, Catholics abstain from meat, includes beef, pork, chicken, lamb, and it applies to all those who are 14 years and above. So most of you watching this, and it's funny because my reflection today actually kind of links back to watching a TV series or Netflix series with either a close friend, or relatives, or like a significant other. So now, bear with me. Let's go on this journey. Imagine you're watching a new TV series, a new show that you guys are invested in. You have your favorite characters. You want to see where this plot goes. And you come to a point in the night where you're like, okay, we gotta pause here. We'll resume next week. And so your partner goes on to watch the trailer of the upcoming episode. Maybe they go online and they read some of the reviews, which kind of, reveal some of the plot twists or advancements. They read fan fiction. They kind of go about doing every and anything except actually watching the actual episode. Whew. And now when you get together, you're kind of like, bruh, what? Like you feel cheated on because now you're not fully journeying together. Like they already know what's happening. They kind of went ahead, and it hurts because it's kind of like they didn't care enough to wait for you. Ouch. Like legit. I know some of y'all have felt that. And so this is what I feel like with abstinence from meat on Fridays, if we find loopholes around it, meaning if we do every and anything around actually eating meat, but have the satisfaction of eating meat. And I say this because we have the opportunity this year, or even I think last year, but for me, this is my first Lent where it's quite easy to avoid meat. There's so many plant-based options like Beyond Meat burgers. There are meatballs that are plant-based. There are so many things that stimulate the satisfaction of having meat without actually being meat. And even being here in British Columbia, there's a lot of like fish options, so like sushi, poke bowls, all that stuff. And so for me, one of the things I was reflecting on is what does it mean to abstain from meat and the reason behind it all. Jesus had the opportunity to have bread and water while he was in the desert, but he didn't. He denied himself because he knew the temporary satisfaction of the flesh meant nothing compared to the eternal satisfaction of heaven. And that's something that I hope that we internalize throughout Lent this year, throughout all Fridays of Lent when we abstain from meat, like to recognize that we are with Jesus in the desert and we are denying ourselves of temporary satisfaction of meat so that we can journey with Christ, so we can better understand Christ. And so I hope that when you abstain from meat today, that you unite yourself with Christ and recognize that it is worth the wait. It is worth the wait of the tomorrow. It is worth the wait to refrain from eating meat today, and to not cheapen the experience by finding loopholes. I know some people question like, oh, can I eat egg? Does egg count? Oh, can I have, what about like poutine that has gravy that's meat based, or like, whatever. Things like that. And it really comes back to you. Again, it comes back to you to really internalize and know, okay, why am I abstaining from meat? Am I cheapening this experience by trying to find loopholes about technicalities, about what is considered meat, what's not considered meat? And I'm not condemning anyone who is eating anything that is plant-based, like plant-based burgers or any sushi or anything on Fridays. But rather, I think it's for us to know internally where we're at with that and not to overindulge in such things, but to eat it with moderation. Especially throughout Lent. And again, it should always reflect back to, why am I doing this? Why am I going out of my comfort zone or out of my way to avoid meat, or to like make sure that I'm conscious of what I'm consuming today? And it is really and truly just to unite ourselves closer with Christ. It's only like day 3, you guys. And I pray that we have these, we're able to look back and check in throughout Lent, where we are in our relationship with Christ, where we are on our journey with Christ. And I think these Fridays are a great way to do that, to really pause and say, okay, Lord, like, where am I at with you right now? Where are we at? Like, how can we grow more, and how can I unite myself with you in your suffering? And so that's my reflection for today. God bless. Bye.